Welcome to CHF Informations. According to ZacK Snyder, WB passed on a third 300 film. ZacK Snyder reveals that he wrote the third and final chapter of 300, but Warner Bros. Turned it down because Blood and Ashes really didn't fit in as the third movie in the franchise. As his second feature film, Snyder directed and co-wrote 300, based on Sin City and The Dark Knight Returns writer-artist Frank Miller's 5-issue comic book of the same name, and co-wrote and produced its 2014 sequel, 300, Rise of an Empire, from director Noam Murro. In a new interview, the Man of Steel and Justice League director explains why Warner Bros. Turned down his planned 300 trilogy. "I just couldn't sink my teeth into it. I had a deal with Warner Brothers over the pandemic, and I wrote what was essentially going to be the final chapter in 300, Snyder explained in an interview with the playlist's The Fourth Wall podcast. "However, when I sat down to write it, I actually wrote a different film. I was writing something about Alexander the Great, and it just turned into a movie about Hephaestion and Alexander's relationship. It was revealed to be a love story. So it didn't really work as the third film." Snyder added that the concept turned out really well. "It's called Blood and Ashes, and it's really a beautiful love story with warfare. I'd love to do it, but WB declined. You know, they're not big fans of mine. That's all there is to it." Snyder, who is currently promoting his new Netflix zombie film Army of the Dead, described Warner Bros. As aggressively anti-Snyder when asked about returning to the DC Extended Universe. Snyder launched the franchise with Man of Steel in 2013, and followed the Superman reboot with Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice and ZacK Snyder's Justice League, a 4-hour director's cut released on WarnerMedia's streaming service HBO Max. In a recent interview with Approx, Snyder discussed his unusual situation with Warner Bros., saying, "It was cool to do the Snyder cut of Justice League and that was fun and everything. But, for whatever reason, Warner Bros. Continued to torture me the entire time. I honestly don't know why I'm such a f***ing pain in their ass because I'm not trying to be." Snyder has directed 3 other Warner's films, 2009's Watchmen, 2010's animated Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of the Hole, and 2011's Sucker Punch, and has produced DC films Wonder Woman and Aquaman. So another big-budget direct sequel to 300 is unlikely, given that the pivotal events of the Greco-Persian Wars have been recounted, the majority of the major players are dead, and the story has run its course. Furthermore, Rise of an Empire barely made a profit and received mostly mixed to negative reviews from critics. ZacK Snyder has stated that he would like to make films about the American Revolutionary War and the Battle of the Alamo in the same visual style as 300, creating quasi-sequels. The future involvement of 300 creator Frank Miller in future projects is unknown. That's all we have for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.